What is good, y'all? I'm kind of a little tired right now, man. Yo, interruption after interruption. Fumbled lines after fumbled lines. I had to redo the entire voiceover because I just can't get it together for some reason. Talk too fast. I need to slow down, man. So I'm really trying this video. Even though I'm gonna sound very dead, but you know what? It's better than not being able to be understood. I could talk all that speed and yet no one will even understand what I'm talking about. So trying to be again slower right now. So the first section, I don't care if you guys skip, feel free to. But the first section is just be opening up, like what I plan to do for the channel, like, especially for a while. I was planning, contemplating what I'm gonna do with like short form and long form. So this channel, for its whole premise, like it's the background information. It's like background information, like behind the scenes. That's the whole point of the channel. So you see like much more like personal life, the things that go behind, the things that go into the animations. Um, and maybe like on the side you would get like a gameplay because it's short part of my life. So yeah, that's what you could expect. Long form would be like me drawing, and the occasional video game gameplay. The occasional, probably pretty rare. I plan to make it pretty rare though, since it's not what people are really here for. But it's just entertaining. It's just fun for me, so why not? So long form would be that. Short form would be like the character modeling when I go to like Pivot Animator, since that's my animation software of choice. Since I could be much more detailed in the characters, so I could have much more aesthetics. Since uh since in Pivot you just kind of just put lines together and like the character modeling, and once you do that, it's set. You don't have to like redraw it over and over again like most. So there's so yeah. That would be short form content. Like short form content, it would just be like a time lapse, and then towards the very end, you see the final product. Of course, I'll post the short form when I actually do like finish making the model. I think I'll talk too fast again. So, so passionate, just held back by being able to be literally understood as in understanding how me because of how fast I talk, not because of some emo stuff. Well, whatever comes to my mind, man. So random. But yeah, gotta learn how to talk slower so people can understand me, while at the same time get the information out. Man, God forbid somebody passionate. but but yeah, as you can see, so what else can I talk about right now? I mean, for once I didn't need the full 5 minutes. But overall life has been pretty good, yeah. Graduating and all that. We're about to be moving into GCC. So I finally get a quiet place to do my work. Quiet enough, at least. And I'm talking about only going to be having 4 classes as a in comparison to like the 8 that high schools be giving you. Ah, son, I'm crying. What else? Yeah, but pull up to GCC. And I saw GCC, Genesee Community College got the gym. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be having so much fun bench pressing and just making my body look good. Typical screen time look good at least, while also being able to wield the sword. This could be the role model of the sword fighting community. Wow, man, it's so tough to win. Yeah, sure, buddy. Um, there's that. So, all right, yeah, time to get to the real part. Okay, what do I mean by weapons? There's so much more than hack and slash. Well, because it's kind of simple, but every weapon, no matter its origin, every weapon was made for a purpose. Wow, like a specific way to kill someone, basically, or harm, if you include things like non-lethal weapons to that category, right? So, like for example, my not my it's like my number two favorite weapon, the Montante. We could also lump in Zweihander, arguably Claymore, but though that weapon class is that's close as you'll get to hack and slash. Even though it's a bunch of swinging. Yeah, it really is just a whole lot of swinging. But when you do get into 1v1, you do have to like half sword. Keep that word in mind, half sword. So you get so when it comes to 1v1, you would like almost burped, half sword, and use it more like a spear, right? So there's that. So then yeah, that those weapons are the closest thing to hack and slash, but the context is those are like weapons for like area denial, right? Those weapons are given to bodyguards and German mercenaries that were called Lanzknechts. I think I said it right, Lanzknechts. Though they were German mercenaries, they used these big swords on the battlefield to like disrupt pike formations. Hmm. Right. Yeah, they'll use those big swords to disrupt pike formations. Like they like use those huge swords because those swords are huge. The model I have is almost as tall as me. Right. So they use those swords and like put like multiple pikes down to the floor so that their other teammates could go stab them. Right. And so yeah, sure, that sword is hack and slash, but also like you gotta be careful when you do like hack and slash because you might hit like a innocent or your teammate. So yeah, sure, that weapon is the closest you get to hack and slash, but you still gotta be careful. Oh, another one that would be get to pretty close is axes, but in most stories, axes are misunderstood because they're based off like the fire axes, like lumber axes, because this just looks so cool to just have this big, just have your character swing this hulking piece of metal and split someone's skull in half. It's cool, but not realistic because real battle axes, the axe head was much smaller because most weapons had to be fast. Because if you if you're gambling all on one slow attack, you're dead because that type is so telegraphed. So what's the point? Right. So accents were smaller, were actually small, much smaller than you think. So they could be much faster. Right. Swords, or let's go like the long sword. Very misunderstood because there's so much more to long swords. There's like German names for like a bunch of techniques. There's Twerhau, um, Zucken. Those are the top two I could think from the top of my head. There's also this thing called Ox Guard. What else can I think from the top of my head? um, Half sorting. Right, I said to keep that in mind. That's when you grip the blade, like when the hand's on the handle of the sword, the other one's on like the blade. So like so you could like choke it up, so like you could be better in like much closer like what areas you have more control over the tip of the blade. Yeah. I don't. Maybe I'm describing it wrong. I suck at describing things anyways. I'll get better over time, but no worries. So long swords is like half swording. The German techniques, Myers square, which is that's for most swords, European swords. Where like that's where like this basically cuts would come in. Myers square that's like the corners. That's like most like diagonal cuts, like almost like the sides. Like yeah, the sides of the square. That's where like almost like regular cuts would be, I guess. So there's so much more I could talk about, but we gotta move on to the next section. Armor. All right, we are on the section of armor. As you saw from the title, there is too many characters just cleanly cutting through armor. Because what's the point of putting on armor if everyone just cuts cleanly through it, right? So you might as well just not have armor. What's the point of putting on 20 pounds of steel and yet still have it just cut through, whereas you just don't have it and you still get cut through. So what's the point of armor, right? So there's that. That's my issue. You can see it much more in like much more fantasy areas, sure. Um, but of course, you're only seeing that in fantasy areas, duh. But uh, but even in fantasy areas, the armor should be protective. Like I'm kind of getting sick and tired of the common trope of the either the main character or like some character just cleanly slicing through armor with like a sword. It's because what I mean, well, like I said, what's the point of putting on armor? That's sometimes. Sometimes so many characters can just cleanly cut through armor. Like, yeah, at that point, don't wear armor. At that point, because so yeah, that's my issue. Armor is not doing his job. Armor should do his job. It's not another complaint. It's not too big of a complaint for me personally, since right now I'm just more into like, can we have just realistic armor? Realistic armor just being an armor that does its job, right? But another thing is like almost like a side quest for you or the person that's making the story, like making armor look good. Because there's one thing to make it practical, but another thing is to actually make it like appeasing to the eyes. One example I'll give is Warhammer 40K. The I specifically like I think it was Black Templars. Yeah, the Black Templars. The outfit is very tough. Like Black Templars, Dark Angels, their armor is so cool, bro. It looks so tough. It's just so tough to visually. It's so cool. Hopefully, I could put some images. No, that's an image of me. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right. So, so that armor, I could believe it, especially in that context. I could believe that the armor works, and also it just looks cool, especially for like um this specific one. I just love this. I just love this guy. I just love the aura he gives off. So tough, bro. So tough to win. Man, I think I'm glazing him too much. But you get it, right? Armor that works and armor that looks good. Let's go like my personal favorites. My personal favorite helmet, great helm. Favorite chest plate. It's a clash between Brigadine and a cuirass. Uh, Brigadine is much more stylish. Cuirass is much more protective. So it's a clash between the two. But in terms of, but if you want your character to look tough while still having good protection, Brigadine, Brigadine all the way. It's, it's just that tough. I promise you. I'm I'm not putting on anything. Never mind. Someone might get boomed. One of my friends might get boomed if I put on that life. Brigadine. I love him, man. I love that. I love the armor. I think you can tell I like Brigadine armor. I think you can tell I like armor. Wow. I think I was talking too fast. I told myself to stop. Oh well. You get it, right? Good looking armor and good working armor. Alright? That's all I gotta say. Um yeah, just enjoy the rest of the time. This section being quiet. son, this is the reason I wanted to make this video. Because, oh my goodness, so many of these stories are power fantasies. If you don't know, power fantasy is a term to describe a type of story where it's just the main character being so strong or farming. And yeah, it's so one-sided. There's cases where it does work. Two off I could put off from the top of my head is Escanor, just the character Escanor from the Seven Deadly Sins anime, One Punch Man, like Saitama from One Punch Man, another anime. They also I remember they actually have mangas. Yeah, sure, buddy. Uh, those two. Yeah, it's gonna count. And if one of y'all in the comments says Sun Jin Woo, yo, I'm slamming you out. Please drop your address so I could boom you in there. I'm playing. I'm not booming people for legal reasons. That's a joke. But I'm frothing at the mouth. Hate Sun Dick Woo. Please get off my For You page. You're not cold. I'm a Sun Jin Woo hater. I hate this guy. He's not tough. Your animation studio is carrying you. Even though I hate you though. You know what? You have one cold moment. You have one moment I actually liked. It was a moment where he was in like this cave, right? He just beat this spider boss, and now his teammates backstabbing him. Usually in the story would just go like, wait, oh my goodness, the dungeon is closing in on itself. The rocks are falling. Oh my, a cave in. Guys, let's work together so we can all get out safely. And then they all get out safely. Power of friendship. Oh, my bad. We could be friends now. No. That's not what he did. Yo, if you are his op, if you are Sun Dick Woo's op, he's gonna boom you. If you stand in his way, he's basically gonna shoot you. Yeah, what's the one part I did like about him. That's the one scene I did like. But yeah, beyond that, yo, your animation studio is carrying you. Yo, when I someone pointed out that one scene where you was fighting that ant dude, and yo, your bed cheeks was exposed. Yo, I was so happy, bro. So happy you were just exposed like a fraud you are. Your animation studios carried you so hard, man. I hate that man, but I love Escanor. Right. So power fantasies usually don't work. Right. But and also the other part I want to talk about in this section is the villains are not good. Especially if you have like a main villain. If like a story has a main villain, then that main villain is just such a hand swat, like a flash swat. Come on now, man. One type of story I'd nitpick a lot is like I was kicked out my party and because they saw me as weak. You know, there's those type of stories where I think I described it in a previous video, but yeah, they get kicked out the party and then they make it out the hood basically, right? And then, but then the quote unquote main villain is just this broke, um, alcoholic, lustful degenerate who was just given good stats. I mean, okay, was I supposed to be impressed that you beat him? Like the cookie was already crumbling. Why are you so excited that you took a sledgehammer and it broke the cookie even more? You know, the cookie was gonna destroy itself. Calm down. Come on, bro. This was not impressive. Not impressive. Yeah, I could kind of get behind like the dumb main enemy, but I'll be honest, yo, I think the writers hate the antagonist as much as I do, right? So please make the antagonist more scary. All right, finally, this audio doesn't sound like absolute hot garbage like the previous ones where I would listen to the audio and then even I would have to sit there like, what did I just say there? So yeah, it this video is pretty good in my eyes. It's an upgrade. Hopefully the audio reflects that. Oh no, I'm looking at the audio from my editing software. It doesn't look so good. That's not good. Oh my goodness. Why was this video so stressful to film, to record, whatever? But yeah, all this to, and now I'm just going to a little bit about talk about the fact about all this. I'm gonna try to apply to like a animation project I'm gonna be working on starting this summer. I don't know when it's gonna end though. It might lead into my college time, so I would probably still work on it during college. So, so yeah, hopefully that's that's a ticket out, man. I'm gambling so much on like this one thing. Yo, I hope my animation skills got better, bro. Yo, if it's still so buttons, my yeah, I'm not making out the hood, bro. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Can we get what? Can we put some more thought behind a weapon? That's the first part. Weapons aren't just metal bats you swing around, unless that's the weapon of choice. Or using a blunt object like a mace, clubs. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. So unless it's a blunt weapon, then don't have your weapon act like a blunt weapon. Right. Another thing is the armor. Can it please work? Can it please protect the person that's wearing the armor? Unless until then what's the point of armor? You know. Um. And the final thing is, we need genuinely threatening villains. It's starting to piss me off that the villains are just so fly spot, so much of a fly spot. It's gone to like it's so bad. The main character could genuinely just leave the main villain alone, and the main villain would self destruct. That's literally how easy of a fight these main villains, quote unquote main villains, would be. Man. So yeah, what that's all I gotta complain about. Um, I think I could call it early. Yeah, right now my brain not working it. My brain not braining right now. You know. So tired. Hopefully I could cut the background audio. It's pissing me off. Anything else my brain can muster to talk about? Nope, that's it for now. Until the next video essay that I hope I can do correctly. Just enjoy the rest of me drawing quiet in peace and quiet.